Alright guys, so I'm sure you can tell by the title we're going to be talking about the 3-inch leveling kit, but I'm sure this is coming out on Thanksgiving, so I did just want to go ahead and give a big shout out to everybody that has been a part of this channel, that is constantly supporting me on this channel, DMing me on Instagram saying that you like the channel, you know, anything that you're contributing, I really do appreciate it. And honestly, this channel would not be able to be what it is currently, even though, you know, it's nothing crazy, but it is something I'm proud of. And it just would not be possible without you guys constantly watching the video and just helping with everything, giving feedback. I mean, literally everything that y'all do on the channel, I really do appreciate it. So I did just want to give a quick thank you to everyone out there. Right, so with that being said, what am I talking about? Taking the 3-inch leveling kit off. Why would I do that? Is it tearing up? Am I tired of it? What's going on? So basically, my thought process is that baby squat's been pretty much the same for a pretty long time. And oh, good Lord, a chicken. Okay, he stopped running. But in the process of changing the truck up for YouTube content, as well as myself, I enjoy changing it up, seeing different looking stuff. I've really been debating on taking the 3-inch leveling kit off. There's a couple people on Instagram that run stock front suspension and lowered in the back with wide wheels, and it kind of looks like a little turtle, and I think it looks pretty sick. It's not something that you see often on YouTube, or maybe ever. I'm sure there is some, I just haven't seen them, but it's something I think would be a pretty cool change up. Truck would, I'm sure, ride super good going back to the stock front suspension and then drop shackles in the rear. Really actually leveled the truck out, reverse leveling it that way, keeping the 22x12s and 33s, and I think it would be sick. It's obviously would be a decent amount of work, me swapping that out, only to potentially put another maybe 2-inch leveling kit, or potentially put the 3-inch back on there, because I do love the way the truck sits. I guess for anyone new, we'd need to jump to an outside little view and let y'all see the truck, and then we'll hop back in here. Alright, so for anyone new, 3-inch front MotoFab spacer leveling kit right there on top, ready lift upper control arms, no blocks in the rear, and like I'm sure I've already said in this video, sits pretty much perfect in my eyes. But I am debating on changing it up, you know, swap it up a little bit, get some more content. And so I don't know how good we can make the wheels and tires fit. Obviously want to keep those. I'm sure they could fit with a smaller leveling kit. I don't know if we can make them fit without having to cut something stock height and then lower it in the rear. Don't really want to cut anything. I'm actually not going to cut anything, so that's really not even on the table. I don't mind losing some turning radius, but this is my daily driver, so don't really want to. But yeah, I'm sure at some point in this video I cut to a little outside view, so this is what she currently looks like. Pretty much perfect to me. So like I said, and I'm sure you saw, truck sits pretty much perfect to me, and that's where baby squat came from, because it's got a little bit of a lean to it. It rides good. It's obviously a 3-inch leveling kit, so sometimes it's stiff, you know, certain bumps in the roads and stuff, it can be stiff, but it's nothing that I don't enjoy to drive with. However, I know there is a good chance that the 3-inch leveling kit will wear out the front end components faster than if it was stock or a smaller leveling kit. And so that's also been crossing my mind, because I am getting more miles in this truck, driving it a lot, and I don't really want to destroy the front end. It's not having any issues right now, but like I said, it's something that we will experience later on as you get more miles on this thing, and it might not ever be bad. You know, there's plenty of people out there that run bigger, you know, stacked leveling kits and stuff, and to my knowledge don't have any issues. Of course, a lot of people, you know, will hide stuff whenever they have issues, unless they're on YouTube, and then they usually talk about it. But I'm talking about like Instagram. So like there's a 2015 right here in front of us, and they're pretty low in the front, honestly, but they do come stock with like a 32. I know y'all can't see that, but they do come stock with basically a 32, and these are probably about a 32 and a half, even though they look much bigger than that just because of the wide wheels. They're not really that tall. Obviously they have a lot of offset, so they're stuck out, and that's when you're gonna, you know, get into the fender when turning. So that's definitely something that I'll have to consider, because I'm not cutting this truck, plain and simple. I'm good change up. Definitely leave me some feedback down below and let me know if you want to see that look. Like I said, it wouldn't necessarily be something perfect. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be something permanent unless I really just fell in love with it. If it like rode amazing, drove good, I liked the way it looked and it didn't rub bad, or I was able to turn enough, it might be something I'd consider leaving. However, I'm also considering maybe doing just like a 2-inch leveling kit. Obviously, I would do the go to stock, do content on that, then go up to a 2-inch leveling kit, maybe do drop shackles in this thing, just to give it kind of the same stance, just a touch lower, make everything a little bit happier. And then the third thing that I've also been debating is doing both of those things, because I'll be honest with y'all, January, YouTube dies, because there's November, December, obviously all these companies are putting their money in to promote the holiday season sales, and then when January hits, they pretty much all pull out and you really don't make any money, which you can't really, at least my channel, if it's not making any money, I'm not going to be able to go out there, and I'm not going to have the desire to go out there and spend a bunch of money on the truck only to know that I'm not going to have any return on it. Hopefully y'all do understand that. It's not me not wanting to make content, but January I'll probably will chill out on the videos. I know, I mean, I will post some, but whatever. Anyways, back to what I was getting at. I was debating on doing this during November, drop it to stock, do what we would do with that, maybe do a 2-inch leveling kit, maybe put the 3-inch back on there for the time being, but probably not. And then maybe sometime next year, after January, possibly lift this thing. I'm not committed to that, because y'all know I like leveled trucks. I'm not very tall. It's not something I want to have to go embarrass myself every day jumping up into a truck. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, us short guys got to do what we got to do. It's just not that practical to me. I mean, I've had a lifted truck. I had a Taco 7.5-inch lift with 35s on it. It was tall. I didn't mind it. I enjoyed the lifted life while I was a part of it. However, on this, especially since you do have to cut them, don't really want to do that. And I definitely don't think I want to go up to anything like a McGoffey's or McGoy's or however you say it. It's like one of the big lifts. I don't really like how the center chunk is dropped down so low. I don't like that look, and unless you go with a real big wheel and tire, like big on these Chevys, they just look a little awkward to me, and that's just me personally. So I have been looking, and I know there's going to be people upset. I have been looking at a rough country 5-inch lift, because there's a couple people on Instagram that I follow that run them, and I've DM'd them asking about it, and they've said they've thoroughly enjoyed it. And I do like the rough countries because they don't drop, which is kind of a negative positive, they don't drop the center cross member down so low that you just see this huge block of it. However, that also means that it's not dropping the full drive system down quite as low, so your angles are going to not be as good as like a McGoy's lift would be. Obviously the McGoy's top premium quality, also over $2,000, where the 5-inch is I think 1,000 something. Obviously I would have to get that installed. I'm not going to do that. I don't have time to do that. But my other thing, and this is, hopefully y'all are still watching, it's just me rambling and talking about the what ifs, but this truck also does have 308 gears, as I'm sure you're aware. So it's not something I'm going to want to go throw 24x12 or 24x14s and 35s on, because it'd probably kill my transmission. So my options are either re-gear it, which I want to do, but it's obviously more expensive, and it would kind of be like a stacked video. So it's, the best thing is to make videos on each different thing. However, I would obviously want to re-gear it while they're doing the lift, because they'd have it already torn apart. Or I could just go with like a 24x14 and one of the 33 1450s, and I think it would be able to manage that fine. I mean, I've had 35s on this truck. I know 24x14s weigh a crap ton, and it probably wouldn't be too happy with them, but at least for the time being, I probably could do that, and then re-gear it, even though then that would cause having to tear the whole front end apart. I don't really know. Definitely leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Obviously, I want to do all different things with this truck. I want to do everything with it, from engine build to lift to lower to literally everything. However, I don't know if it's the best thing to do currently in my life, so I'm doing a lot of debating, and it's obviously not anything I'm going to jump into right now, but the lowering back to stock, dropping the rear, that is a good possibility. I kind of want to give it that turtle look and just rock that for a little bit, hopefully not run into extreme rubbing issues, because probably will. I had those 24x14 and 35s on here when it had this current suspension setup, and it could barely turn at all without cutting anything. So, but this is 22x12s and a smaller tire. I think it could work. I don't know how good it would work, but I think it could work. But yeah, so that is my current debate going on in my head, whether or not I want to do each one of these things. I know a lot of people want to see more Larry videos. I've got more coming. I just have not had much time lately. I've been busy doing stuff. So yeah, anyways, I guess that's going to be about it. Definitely leave me some feedback down below. Let me know what you would love to see on Baby Squat. If you'd like to see all that, some of it, or whatever it may be, or name a video you'd like to see with Baby Squat. So I've got a couple cool ones coming out, hopefully in a week or two, hopefully. But no promises. We'll see. So I guess with all that being said, hopefully you enjoy. I will see y'all in the next one.